Hello, America, and welcome back to another episode of To Hear Me Tell It, the life and times of Jerry Daniels. When you've had your daily dose of today's craziness, dealing with all them Karens out there, ride shotgun with old JD as he goes back and recounts the life and times of growing up in the South during the 60s and 70s. I believe we were called baby boomers. Stories that you will say, yep, I done that, but I ain't gonna tell my kids. And I ain't never told my spouse. But whatever the truth be, it will be this, to hear me tell it. Well, hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of To Hear Me Tell It. Man, y'all don't know what's going on in the background. I just recorded this. It was like 40-something minutes long, and my damn computer locked up. Just froze. And I've done all this troubleshooting and stuff, so I'm probably going to make this version a little bit abbreviated. Why? Because I've already spent an hour and a half and I haven't even damn recorded the thing. So we're going to see how this works out. But I want to start by saying, again, everything I'm saying is again, but start by saying a shout out to Joe Stitka. He's the one that motivated me this morning. Get off my duff. And thanks to all those who do listen on a regular basis, Michael, Christy, Joe, Mike Snyder, and the list goes on. Bob. Y'all know who you are. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate y'all listening. So, woo. Need a drink of water. I've been drinking coffee all morning. Yeah, if you listen on this podcast, you get to not see anything. Just hear me drink. A couple things going on. First of all, the chickens are fine. They're laying. Put a video on Facebook this week. One of the girls out there, Blanche is her name. She caught a snake, and she ran around with a snake. And it's hilarious to watch a chicken in the flock get something good because they all want to steal it. Chickens are brutal. And in the video, I said Shirley got it, but actually it was Laverne. So it was my bad. I can't tell Laverne and Shirley when I look at the ass. I have to look at their arch of their back where it goes up to their tail feathers. Shirley's got a lot more white than Laverne, and it was actually Laverne that got the snake. But I was out in the video going, look, at Shirley got it. Well, it was my bad. I didn't know who was who. So anyway, they got a snake. She got a snake, and she stole it. Laverne stole it from Blanche, and then run around with it. And she couldn't. When they got the snake in their mouth this way, they can't do anything. They got to get it going in that way. So like a bird when he eats a fish. All right. So anyway, the chickens are fine. They're laying, and life is good. My first 8 will be 1-year-old on March the 10th. They turn 1 year old, so they're almost a year old, and they're rocking and rolling. And anyway, had a whole ton of trees cut down in the backyard this week. This week? Yeah. No, last week. Yeah, last week. I have a history of hiring terrible contractors, but I found one that was great. It's called Panther Tree Services. If you ever need trees cut down, call these guys. They're great. They did a super job, negotiated in a price. They kept their end of the deal, you know what, and they didn't drop anything on the house. And they had all the opportunity to drop massive limbs and logs on the house, and they didn't do it. They did it really good. And they are insured, so that's a good thing. So now I got a bunch of logs down in the woods behind the house. The part of the deal with Panther Tree Services is a guy came out the next day with a stump grinder, grind all the stumps. And now I'm looking for a contractor to grade the backyard, bring in some fill dirt, and possibly build a retaining wall. And if I can't afford the retaining wall, I'll build one myself using bags of concrete. I'll just make a damn wall. So it's my house. I do what I want. I sold Miss Laura's car. We're in the market for a new car. She had a 2010 Toyota Venza with 131,000 miles, y'all. Always service at the Toyota place. A car that literally 16 years old and only had 131,000 miles. So I sold it. When they always say a good deal is when the buyer and the seller's happy. I'm happy. And got some money, and we'll use it on part of a down payment for another car. But we're in the market for either a RAV4 or RAV4 hybrid, a Highlander hybrid, or maybe another Venza. I don't know. We like those type of cars. Laura does anyway. So, hey, did y'all know? I'm going to do this one quicker. Did y'all know that this lady named Nancy Guthrie out in Arizona has been kidnapped? Did y'all know that? Yes, you did. Because you know what? The entire damn world knows it. And it can't get it off the news. it's sad. It's sad that somebody, for whatever reason, was motivated to go kidnap a damn 84-year-old grandma. That's stupid. It's evil, but evil has always been evil. But my gosh, man, it's turned into a damn clown show circus on TV. And I watch conservative news. But here's a message for Fox News. Y'all ain't gonna ever listen to my podcast. I don't care. The world doesn't care anymore. When I say doesn't care, they're tired of it. News is supposed to be news. News isn't supposed to be sensationalist drama non-stop. And you know what? I'm not captivated. I'm not hinging on, oh my gosh, I was at a restaurant the other night and that's all I could hear people that talking about. Well, I think Nancy Guthrie this and I think that. Well, we're going to find out this. It's freaking drama. Sensationalism drama. And Fox News has to cover it because MSNBC, CBS, ABC, MSNBC, CNN, they're all covering it, so they got to stay up with them. And they're knowing they're banking on like the world's watching. Well, if you got that many people in the audience, then it's time to get some of that sponsor money. So, yep, too bad. I hope they solve it. I'm sad and I'm disappointed that woman got kidnapped, but. Y'all, it ain't world news. It's not. It's not world news. If it was my mama, my sister, my wife, you wouldn't be seeing that on TV. So-and-so's mother has been kidnapped for 2 weeks. They hadn't found her yet. And then it's just drama, man. It's drama. It's like a freaking soap opera. I don't care. I don't want to watch it anymore. All right. So how do you do it? The Charles Hart theory. Turn it off. That's it. All right. I was going to talk a couple of other things. I shot my insurance agent a note, and I know he does have a dog in the fight, but I was in the commercial insurance industry, so I know it's different, but it's also very similar. I spent $7,500 to take trees down around my property that I perceive would be a hazard, a liability of falling on the house one day, creating tens of thousands of dollars of damage, if not injury to me, my wife, or my cat. So me and my insurance companies, we're supposed to be partners in this relationship. So I'm going to take measures to reduce the risk, reduce what I call the footprint of liability. If my insurance company's all excited about how I drive and go, if you take a driving class, we'll drop your premium by 3%. Or if you let us stick this Hooter and we'll monitor you, we'll watch how you drive, we'll drop your insurance by 10 or 15 or 20%, which is very invasive, so I don't do that shit. So, I'm like, I invested, because we're in a partnership, I invested $7,500 to remove trees near my house. Do you think my insurance companies go, man, Mr. Daniels, we appreciate you doing that. The liability just dropped off the chart, and we're going to reduce your premium on homeowners insurance? Lucky guess, not. It ain't happening. And that's bullcrap. That is total freaking bullcrap. Why do they ask me, when you apply for insurance, homeowners insurance, they ask you everything. Do you got a fireplace? Do you have dogs? Do you have any livestock? How old's your roof? They ask you all these questions. You got smoke detectors? All that stuff. What kind of gas? What kind of heat do you have? Is it gas or is it electric? They ask you all that stuff. Do you park your cars in your garage or outside the garage? Those are all questions to determine risk. Well, I just spent $7,500 removing damn trees. You know what? Our risk just went down. Give me a damn price break on my premium. Nope. My damn homeowners insurance, they ain't budging. It's a freaking scam. It's a scam. So, all right, get my damn blood worked up. I'm not going to talk about politics today. But what I will do is talk about two things. I'm going to talk about, let me bring this back up. I'm going to talk about two people who are, I guess, recognizable, for lack of better words. In other words, we know who they are. But two people passed away, and I got to get this over here on this screen. And one of them was Jesse Jackson, passed away this week. Not to sound ugly, because Laura tells me sometimes, she goes, Jerry, you sound so ugly sometimes. I don't care if Jesse Jackson passed away. I don't care. I did my homework. I've been following that guy for years. And you can Google it. You don't have to trust me. You can look it up. You don't have to even Google. Just do your own research. Jesse Jackson never built a damn thing in his life. Started some 501c3 organizations. Started an organization called the Push, whatever movement that was in the 70s. He's been a race-baiting con artist his entire life. That's who Jesse Jackson was. Couldn't get along with the Black Panthers. Several other key political leaders in the black community, they're godless men. The people that are godless, they can't get along with each other. So he couldn't get along with any of those ones anyway. But he was nothing but a race baiter. That's all he was. And if he saw something that he had a chance to go put some money in his pocket, he'd get right in front of the counter, just like Al Sharpton. They all do it. So Jesse Jackson passed away, and you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't think he was good for any society. So anyway. But another guy passed away. His name was Robert Duvall. And I'm sad to see him pass away, but the man was 95 years old. What a legend in the movie industry. And I'm not a big, they're in Hollywood. Okay, so what? But Robert Duvall was awesome. And here's a couple of his accolades, I guess is lack of better words. But Robert Duvall lived to be 95. He was born on January the 5th, 1931. He died on the 15th, I believe, of February. Yeah, 15th of this month, 95 years old. Did you know that he was the son of a US Navy Admiral? Yep. Yeah, he did a lot of his youth growing up right there in Annapolis, Maryland. His mother, I think, dabbled in acting school or something like that. But Robert Duvall was a stage actor from 52 to 59. So during that 7-year period, he did a lot of stage acting. He was kind of getting his legs underneath him, if you will, as an actor. And during 1950, I want to say 53 to 54 or 52 to 53. Anyway, 2 years during that 7-year period, he was actually in the U.S. Army. He was a radio repairman during the Korean War, but he never went to Korea. He stayed right there at what used to be Camp Gordon. Now it's Fort Gordon. That's where he was. So thank you for your service, Robert Duvall. He was a veteran. I'm going to go down the list of several things here, but he was in, I didn't know this, he was in The Kill a Mockingbird in 1962. That 62 film of To Kill a Mockingbird, he was in that. He was in the 1968 film Bullitt with Steve McQueen. We all know this one because he was the bad guy trying to kill Rooster Cogburn in 1969. Mom and Daddy took me and my sister to see that movie at the movie theater. We called it the Picture Show in Macon. So we went to the big screen Picture Show in Macon, Georgia, and we got to see the movie True Grit, and Robert Duvall was in that movie. I don't recall him being in it, so I'm going to have to rewatch it. He was in the original MASH movie, 1970. He was in a 71 movie. Imagine this. It was weird, man. It was super weird. Called THX 1138. THX, I don't know what that stands for. Thanks. Whatever. THX 1138. It was some weird, freaking stupid-ass movie. But anyway, George Lucas, I think, either wrote it or directed it or whatever. But there's a no shocker. And we all know he was in the 72, the original Godfather. He was in that movie. And he also was in the 74 Godfather 2, but he declined to be in the Godfather 3. Robert Duvall said he didn't want to do Godfather 3. But he was in Godfather 1 and 2. He was in a movie in 1972 called Tomorrow. I've never seen it. But it was based on a screenplay written by none other than William Faulkner. Now, if y'all have never read anything by William Faulkner, I'm not a literaturist, if that's a word. But he was a little difficult to follow. And Everett Byrd made me read a book called Absalom, Absalom. I hated that book. I read the first 3 chapters like 4 or 5 times, and I still didn't get it. And I still don't get it. But just a little tidbit of trivia, William Faulkner's name was spelt incorrectly on his first thing ever published, and he just left it that way. So he does not spell his name the way you see it. That's not the way his last name was actually spelt, William Faulkner. He was in the 1978 film The Betsy. I don't recall that. We all know he was in the 1979 film Apocalypse Now. What a lot of great quotes from those movies. He was in The Great Santini, 1979. He was in the Lonesome Dove, 1989, Days of Thunder with Tom Cruise. He was in Stalin. I think that was a 92 film. The man who captured, what was his name? Mark, Edrin, whatever, German Nazi guy in 96. He was the Apostle, great movie. He was in Civil Action in 98, another good movie. Great movie, watched it last night. He was in Secondhand Lion, 2003. Him and, not Peter O'Toole, Michael Caine. Great movie. Wow, what a great movie. But, he was in the Open Range, Broken Trail. He was actually in a 2012 movie again with Tom Cruise, Jack Reacher. And he was in a 2014 film called The Judge with Robert Downey Jr. If y'all have never seen that movie, that's a great movie. That really is a good movie. Great acting. Married 4 times, never had children. Was quoted as saying, "I guess I just shoot blanks." But his last wife, I think she's an Italian or Spanish woman. They own a beautiful ranch out there in the middle part of Virginia, and a beautiful place. And I think he was married to her before he died. I think 11 years or something like that. So maybe longer. I don't know. But sure do hate to see that old boy die. But you know what? 95, man. That's a good life. 95 years old. And good for him. Robert Duvall, my friend, you will be missed. You're one of the great ones. You rest and laid next to the folks of like the likes of John Wayne and so many other great actors. I'm going to say to you, and I'm going to say to Clint Eastwood, sorry to see you go when Clint Eastwood passes away. He's another great actor. So and Robert Duvall was a director and a writer too. So God bless him. He said he was never good at anything but acting. So my hat's off to him, man. Anyway, so I'm going to work real hard at keeping these shorter. I said I was going to do that last week, and I always say that I was going to do that. I never succeed at it. But going back to the beginning, I want to say thank y'all for the folks that listen. Thanks for Joe for motivating me to get up and do this morning. I'm doing something today. No, I'm not going to tell you all that. Anyway, I'm not going to tell y'all what I'm going to do today at 12 o'clock. I'll tell you next week. That way I tell you how it goes. I'm going to do something today with my wife. I'll let y'all guess. Anybody that listens to this or watches a YouTube video, you can guess. Jerry Daniels. I am doing something today with my bride, and it was my idea. I swear to God, it was my idea. Good Lord. I swear it was my idea. And we're going to do something today, and I'm going to do it with my wife. Now, she's done it before. I've never done it. And we're doing it today at 12 o'clock. I'll let y'all know how it works out. So, all right. Last 2 things for hopefully my damn thing don't lock up again here, because a while ago it locked up almost at the 40-minute mark. I'm not going to get into the details. The first one I got into much of the details. I'm glad it kind of locked up. Maybe that's God thing telling me not to do this. But I'm just going to tell y'all that my family, my extended family, me, my sister, my brother, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, and it's centered around my sister, experienced a medical situation, and it went untreated properly for over a month. It got bad. It got real bad, and a friend of mine who's a godsend, after my sister had been to the ER room not once, not twice, not 3, but 4 times in less than like 2.5 weeks. They couldn't figure it out. It wasn't getting better. Everybody's just like, well, I don't know if there's anything else. One of her doctors actually said this, well, I'm just really not sure if there's anything else we can do. And I was getting frustrated. Everybody's getting frustrated. So I made a phone call to a buddy of mine who's a retired doctor from Mayo. He made another phone call, and another guy made another phone call. And we got my damn sister's ass in the hospital, not in an emergency room. Got her in an emergency room, but got her in the hospital. And in less than 72 hours, they found out what was wrong, treated it, and released her. Yep. So here's the moral of the story, because we're all getting older. If a doctor prescribes you meds, you say, why? Is it treating the problem or is it treating the symptom? And if a doctor says you need to take this, I go, well, why? Like my doctor goes, well, Jerry, your cholesterol is getting a little high. I need to put you on some cholesterol medicine. No, you don't. You need to tell me how to correct my high cholesterol. I didn't get high cholesterol from the lack of some pill. So tell me how I can eat better, do something different. What lifestyle changes do I need to make to fix that? So, and I don't think that's done enough today in this medical world. So my sister's home. She's fine. She looks like she's on the right road to recovery, and God is great, and my sister has been saved. It was bad, y'all. All right. So the moral of the story is your doctor gives you meds, ask them, why? Why do I need to take that? Yeah. So even when I had my stomach surgery, he gave me these pain pills. I literally never went and picked them up. I called the pharmacist. I said, I know he wrote that prescription. I ain't coming to get them. Why? Because I don't take that. I'm sorry. I don't. And then if you're taking X, Y, and Z, your doctors should know and do their homework and go, well, this and that is not compatible with this. This conflicts with that. There's a lot of incompatibility, yada, yada, yada. That's their job. And there's only two professions that had the liberty to put the word practicing. They practice medicine and they practice law. Imagine getting on a damn airplane and somebody says, hey, I'm Captain so-and-so. I've been practicing aviating, and I'll be practicing it today. I'm like, well, I don't need you to practice. I need you to execute. Perfection is what I need you to do. So, but they practice medicine and they practice law. All right, that's all I got. I'm really going to keep this short, y'all. I'm in the market for a new car for Miss Laura, and I've got another contractor going to come and give me a quote, hopefully this week, on doing some grading. And I may need to build a retaining wall back behind my house. Folks down in South Georgia, Middle Georgia, y'all don't have to deal with retaining walls. So we do up here in the mountains. So if you want to level something, you got to make it level. And the only way you can make it level to keep your shit there, you got to build a retaining wall to keep what you're going to put there to stay there. So that's why they call it a retaining wall, to retain the field dirt you're going to put somewhere. That's it, man. Rocking and rolling. I'll tell y'all what I'm going to do today at 12 o'clock next week. Y'all shoot me a note and say, I think you're going to do this. Well, I ain't never done it yet. Wait. Lastly, before I close, Jasper's growing. My wife and I went to eat at our brand new Jasper, Georgia. Just got I think last month or 2 months ago, we got our first Chick-fil-A up here in Pickens County. Everybody, whoop, 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 whoop. Well, by golly, we now got us a Longhorn Steakhouse. And it's been open, I think, 2 weeks. We didn't want to go when it was all crowded. But we went there. My wife and I took my wife out to dinner last night. And it was absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. A little pricey, but it was fabulous. And when my wife and I go out, we eat. And we always have leftovers, so every time we look at the bill, we go, yeah, but this is 2 full meals, and it is going to be 2 full meals. I'm telling you right now, that steak, I ordered something called Flo's Filet. It was on the menu, Flo's Filet. I ordered the 9-ounce Flo Filet, and I wanted it medium to medium well. It was cooked perfect, freaking perfect. Laura wants one just medium. Hers was perfect. The taste, I asked them to bring some A1 steak sauce. I never even opened it. Didn't need to put anything on it. It was to die for. It was really good. The baked potato was cooked perfect. The salad was good. My appetizer was good. It was some kind of shrimp something that I only ate half of it, and I brought the other half home. I'm going to put it in the deep fryer. I mean, not the deep fryer, the air fryer. I'll reheat that. It was delicious, man. It had peppers and onions in it and stuff. It was really good. I may add a little garlic to it when I spice it up, but anyway, it was good. So we're growing, and we had a good event. I like going to a restaurant and have a good event. So my wife always says she likes what she likes. So I like it when she's happy. All right, that's all I got, y'all. Thanks for those who listen. Man, I appreciate y'all. No politics today other than Jesse Jackson has passed away, and my condolences. I'm a kind, sincere person. My condolences to him and his family. But you know what? I'm not ugly. You never produced anything other than a lot of racial divide and hate. And that's what you're going to be remembered for. I don't see you as a civil rights leader because you didn't promote anything for civil rights unless they had a certain color of skin, and that makes you a racist. So that's all I can say. God bless y'all. Y'all be safe. Keep it honest. Mike Coker, It's in the dead of winter, so you're probably south somewhere. But anyway, nonetheless, bicycle.